You went back to your Creator and you feel peace and joy and you're so pure. So how do I sustain that? And what's next after Hajj? Because one day we're going to go back to Him. Assalamualaikum. My name is Yasmin Gan Abdullah. I embraced Islam since 1990, 29 years since I converted into Islam. It was a lot of learning and discovering. Before I was a Muslim, I was a Buddhist. A Buddhist not believing in God. As a Muslim, the concept of God is very important. To embrace that meaning, to feel it, not easy. So I took a lot of time, find out and also to learn. The significant thing that happened when I embraced Islam is when I took my shahada. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. It's a life-changing decision to know Him, to find out about Him and to do the things that He commands. I was introduced to two good women in Perkim Bangsa, so they guided me. I got to know my first teacher, Ustaz Safwan. I went through like 5 years of like tafsiran of the Quran, very profound, because some parts of the Quran hits me, just like that. But the Quran tells the truth. The Quran is not just a book, I still remember the goose pimples when I was going through. So each time, each evening when I go through some tafsiran parts, it sort of reinforced and ascertained my beliefs in terms of the knowledge of Allah. I still remember my husband was there, I was there. Why don't we go for Hajj? My husband said, why not? Yeah, let's go. Our friends said, why not? And let's go. And we apply and everything just is Allah's will. My heart felt that I should go now because I'm still physically able. It's better to go at this stage rather than to wait until you're maybe perfect in knowledge or what, but by the time you're physically not able. The most significant thing that happened, that even until today it carries through, is when I dua at Arafah. What should I dua for? Because people say at Arafah, if you dua, most times your dua is answered. Duas for the health of my family and everything went, but there's something which I felt that I have to dua for myself. Again, it's a very heart-driven. After my Hajj, I want to do something where, or cari my rezeki. This rezeki will also at the same time make me closer to Allah. So that was my dua. Why I say significant is because 1 month after that, after I came back, I have my workplace told me that I can no more be on like a salaried basis. I have to work on because things are not doing well, so I have to go on a project basis. That would mean that I'm not paid a salary every month. So when they told me that, I was very sad. When I was going through that sadness, I suddenly realized this is not a difficulty. Maybe Allah buka jalan, paved the way for me. It's like a journey until today, and it still hasn't stopped. After Hajj, of course, you're at the height of your, feel very different. I don't know how to describe that. I wanted to remember it not only for myself, but I wanted my children, I wanted to share with everybody, and that's why I decided to write my experience in this book. And it so happened that when I was there, a very, very good friend, one of my best friends, she is one of the first that actually gave me a book on Islam, even before I converted. So then when I knew that she's going there, and then when we met there, we decided to co-wrote the book. So every year, when Hajj comes, I will pick up my book, I will read what I went through. Then it brings fresh memories, something that I can fall on to, just as a reminder, what Hajj is all about for me. This tip is actually mainly for the women. When I went there, I have my, idea of my attire, what I should wear, what I shouldn't wear, and all these are based on what friends told me, what I read. But then when I went there, it's a totally different thing. At the Hajj, there are so many people around you. Focus on worshipping Allah. Everybody is oblivious to what is happening. They don't even know that they move past you. Everybody is very preoccupied, just trying to do their best to achieve Hajj. The tip I want to share with the women: the best attire is a long telokong where it cover you, free to move, and even the men touch you is okay. When they brush past you also is okay. You just wear telokong, everything tutup, and you don't worry about. I would say purification. Yeah. Hajj to me is a purification process of the heart and soul. You actually go through different stages of feeling when you reach there until Arafat. At Arafat, you are supposed to be at the peak of how you feel, in terms of connection with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. After Hajj, you went back to your Creator and you feel peace and joy, and you're so pure. So how do I sustain that? And what's next after Hajj is very important. In order to continue connecting with Him, is to do things that pleases Him, stay close to Him and to please Him. Because one day we are going to go back to Him. I'm still trying to do that. It's a struggle, but I'm still trying to do that. Yeah.